Okay, so when you're working with EVA foam, you'll notice that actually it's quite flexible. Another reason why people use this as armor is because you can actually heat form it, which means that if you heat it up and push it into a shape, let it cool down, it will stay in that shape. So, for example, with armor such as bicep pieces, you need it to bend in one direction, such as this. Now, if you're putting it together and you haven't heat formed it so it has a bend in it, it's going to cause tension across the surface trying to pull itself back to being flat. So it's actually easier when you're building parts like that to heat form it into the curve first and then start gluing. That way it won't try to pull itself apart all the time. The way to do this is you can take either a hairdryer or, if you have one, a heat gun. Hairdryer will work just as well. It just means that you have to spend a little bit more time heating it up. Now with the heat gun, you want to make sure you're not putting too much heat onto it. You'll see what happens if you do so. It actually starts to burn the foam itself, and the foam becomes hard and rigid, which is not what you want to happen. All you want to do is you want to heat it up until you can actually feel this flexing more easily. So I'm going to do that now. Once you've heated your foam piece enough and now you can feel it's more flexible, what you want to do is you want to hold it into the curve or whatever shape you'd like, and then keep it that way. Now if you hold it in the shape you want and let it cool down, it should stay that way. So I'm going to do that now. Once you let it cool, you can see now that actually it will stay in this bent shape. This means that it's much easier to put your armor together without having to worry about it trying to pull itself apart. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to make a flat piece of foam into a compound curve. Now most people actually use something that already has a compound curved shape in it, such as a bowl. I actually tend to use my knee, but if you do this, I would suggest you wear some long trousers because it is a little bit uncomfortably hot, or it can be. So first step, obviously, again, is just to heat the foam. Okay, once you have the foam heated to the right temperature, you then can stretch it over your knee. So what I'm doing is I'm taking corner to corner and I'm pulling it, and now I'm just pressing it down over my kneecap. You have to use quite a bit of force to get it to actually curve properly, because you are stretching the foam around this curved shape. And you want to keep doing this sort of pressing action onto your curved object until the piece of foam itself cools down. So I'm going to do that now. And there you go. You can see here it is a compound curve because it curves both in this direction and in this direction.